Hi, happy Saturday. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. It's Sacred Rebels guidance message time. What is the energy? What's the most significant guidance that the collective need at this time? Let's find out what's going on for you. What do you need to know at this time? So once again, thank you for joining me. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you've had a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. So what's the message, please, for the collective at this time? Like somebody's holding on. There's somebody's holding on. Okay. Got to trust yourself. Okay, we do have a card. We have Trust Yourself card 31. Okay. I felt when I was shuffling that, they were reluctant. It was as if somebody was holding on. So what's the bottom of the deck? Well, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This is the energy. That's what I was feeling when I was shuffling. Somebody was holding on to something. You need to release that darkness. Relax the hold of that darkness. Be at cause. Just be who you are. Just be your natural self. Trust yourself. Spend time in nature. This is something that I noticed when I took myself out today. Birds were singing every time I walked past. Nature was very cheerful and happy. It was the people that I was walking past, they were quite miserable. I certainly felt as though the energy of this darkness just felt as though people were kind of being judgmental and negative. Instead of being in the moment and enjoying the scenery, enjoying the sounds of nature surrounding them. Trust yourself. There's something that you are feeling at this time. And you are to trust those feelings. You may be feeling sensitive to these negative energies. Perhaps you feel are being projected towards you somehow. The universe has your back. Nature has your back. You are protected by the animal kingdom. The animal angels surround and protect you. You know, some people walk past and you see all the birds fly out of the hedge before they, just before they kind of walk past. They see it like just as they're a few steps away, then all of a sudden the whole hedge clears of birds as certain people walk past. I don't know, I walked past the hedges and birds were just singing, just stayed still. Let me kind of speak to them and we communicated. We whistled back to each other. You can learn a lot about nature. You can learn a lot by watching nature and how it responds. split the deck and we have big, bold vision. Again, there's the bee. More of that nature. More nature. That earth element. So you have a powerful connection to nature. And you can learn a lot by seeing how nature responds. Okay. So spirals of manifestation, this is the top of the deck. So don't focus on how grumpy the people might be that you're walking past. Just turn your attention to nature. Listen to the birds instead, because what you're focusing on at this time, you're going to be able to manifest. Okay, so relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This is tonight's guidance message. Dear sacred rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into the new reality where things happen quickly and accordingly, and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from unknown waters, or even leap from known waters, and others may think you are crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in the wild electrical pulse of so much aliveness? How will you function without the hazy sleep-inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long, and placing lesser priorities above your sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you don't hold on to fear? You need not to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a force of startling raw awakening at times, but it is also the natural process of evolution, where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are a part of, not apart from, that process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of the darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it is all too much, and to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, that you are that you are being too flighty or flaky, or that you are not living in the real world. That is fear talking, not truth. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature. Those without awakened hearts don't yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing. She knows life and death. She knows the creative process. She just knows, and can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. Does this mean that we become passive and just flow along like a limp leaf detached from the tree and blown about randomly by the breeze? No, being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. This is painting like someone who has lost their mind, completely free and from the heart. It means writing even though you have no conscious idea of what you are writing, even as the words are streaming forth upon the page before your rather curious eyes. And it means speaking about your work, never hiding it away. Allow it to breathe the fresh air and be held in the gaze of another. Detach from the darkness that would say it is not enough or must be the best thing ever, whoever, whatever that means, in order to be worthy of a place in the world. Instead, just let it be what it is. It might fly, it might endure, and it might not. All of nature, including you and your passions and dreams, will be what is needed, when it is needed, and how it is needed, according to wisdom. We just have to trust in this, within ourselves and within nature herself, through the flow of life, and participate. You are asked to go within and imagine diving deep off the edge of what you have known. There is so much more calling to you now. It's your time. Leap. Trust yourself, because you are wise. You know how to grow even without knowing how you know. Like the ancient forests, spectacular galaxies, and the acorn that becomes the oak. There is a natural intelligence for growth that is beyond logic and reason. It just happens at the deepest levels. We are governed by this force that is so palpable it literally shapes the world. At the same time, it is so invisible that sometimes we forget its presence and worry that our minds have to work everything out for life to happen and for us to be all right. We can become unnecessarily anxious about our affairs and how life will unfold. This oracle, the oracle of trust yourself, brings the message that you are growing. You really are. Don't doubt it. Even if you don't see it yet, remember there is so much happening. When the seed is still unbroken in the ground, below the earth, it is summoning up all the might, power, and force it needs to push above the topsoil and burst up into the light. It is essential for anything good to happen later on, yet we don't see any of that. We just have to trust that things will happen when the time is right. You are also being asked to trust in yourself. You know how to grow. Don't overthink things. It won't help you. Don't worry so much. You are doing a great job in this game of life. When you trust yourself, you relax and you can heed your own wisdom, insight, and messages much more clearly and easily. This oracle comes with particular guidance. You have a big destiny this lifetime and much to experience. Sometimes you make the error of judging something that is unpleasant as negative or a mistake. It isn't. It's just part of your great hunger for experience. It doesn't mean you have to have a lot of it, but when you do, don't shame yourself for it. Simply let it be. Maybe it's just fertilizer for your next step on the path. It's all part of your life process, and it's all a sign of growth. This oracle is also telling you not to resist any points of instability in your life. This even applies to your most treasured relationships or creative projects. That instability is just a growing pain, because more consciousness, more love, and more light wants to infiltrate and pervade all parts of your life. The instability is not a sign of sickness, but of growth. So don't fret. Instead, choose to flow and grow. So that was our readings, our messages. And I feel pulled towards the healing process or relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So to close out tonight's reading, tonight's message, you would like to take part, then please say the following after me. I accept the offer of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. And it says, you may like to now take an actual jump for joy to finish your healing process. So that is tonight's message. And I do hope that you found this message helpful this evening. Thank you, everybody. I shall be back another time, and much love to you. Bye for now.